Okay, I don't know if anybody's out there, or we're having difficulties again here with streaming. No, today. We're off to the Magic Kingdom in a little bit, so I thought I'd get in a quick walk around just to see a few things. Number one, to show you how deserted this place is. This is the quietest morning I ever remember here. Absolutely the quietest morning ever. And that's saying something. Of course, if everybody knows, the boats aren't running on Crescent Lake to the parks and the other resorts. They're not running at all. The friendship boats. No friendship boats. So that cuts down a lot of noise, for sure. You usually hear their horns going and their motors running, and you can't, of course, hear any of that now. It's a beautiful morning. It really is. It's going to be another hot one. Very humid. But it's a beautiful morning. Anyhow. Better than last night when it was very rainy. It's supposed to be raining today again, but not yet. Thank goodness. It's pretty nice right now. So I'm going to move into the lobby real quick here. And I'm going to show you an area I don't know if I've ever shown you guys before. I thought about that the other day. That I don't know if I'll be, the Boardwalk Inn, that kills that plan. I wanted to go over here and show you something really cool, but apparently we were not going to be able to do that. I wanted to show you is a nice little bar. Very nice. If you're into single malt scotches, this is a place to come. It's got a kind of a old style boardwalk look to it. Good morning. Oh, hi, honey. You're awake, huh? Well, I'm glad to see I'm coming through at least. Along here is this neat staircase here that leads you down to the boardwalk itself. So here we go, down the steps. Oh, great. I have an untied shoe, so I'm going to put the phone down just for a second here, people. And you're going to see the ceiling, so hang on. There we go. Sorry about that. But my shoe is untied. And I'm at the age now, if I trip over my shoes, I'm down. You've always got these cool photos and paintings around here, all themed to the boardwalk, of course. And they're like all over the place. There's a couple more over here on the walls and such. I think, Boardwalk is one of the most thematic of the resorts. In case they do have modern things here, like am I upside down? That looked weird. Oh man, I am upside down. There we go. Sorry about that. Here we go. There we go. See? Chase. So modernization is here. This is the Boardwalk Inn elevator side. And here's some more thematic things. This pot is here. This sure looks a lot like the pot, and more prints. In this case, of keeping with the theme and the era. This little room. This is again the boardwalk inside. There's a little bar up there again. Small little place, but they also have an outside veranda that you can use. That's not the. There's the door. All right, this takes us out to the Village Green area. And again, I'll tell you, I'll repeat all this, is that the Village Green, the grass looks so wonderfully green is because it's artificial. Right here, this grass we're looking at right now is all artificial. The flowers here are real. Those are real. All this floral arrangement stuff here, but the grass itself here is not. They do a lot of activities out here, though. That's why. Realistic, but once you're on it, you can feel that it's not. And they do yoga stuff out here. Yeah, there's a yoga. Well, there used to be. I don't think there is now. But when things are ever back to normal again, I'm sure they'll restore those. They had yoga with yoga mats on here, and at night, this is where they showed the movies. It's quite popular. Over here's a Flying Fish restaurant. It is not open. It has not reopened yet. So it's kind of lonely all by itself there. Okay, here's the Boardwalk DVC side. Directly across from us is the Yacht Club side. Some of the places are open, some of them are not. Most of the little kiosks over here or along here are not open. I don't know if Boardwalk to Go is open or not, but I've always said it's a nice alternative for people who want some quick food. Abracadabra, well, at least when we were there, most of the people who work there can do magic tricks. And trust me, by the service we receive there, they're better at the magic tricks than they are at the service. The service was just so, but it's a cute place, and they kind of, and it's all themed on magic in there. It's really quite cool, kind of cool place, but it's very small. That's why I'm surprised it's open, because it's very small. Yeah, it's locked. I'd love to take you in there because it's a nice theming place. It's really nicely themed to magic. Trattoria here, El Forno, is open. They don't have the characters anymore in the morning. They still have breakfast, I think, but no characters. Of course, everybody knows none of the character meals have characters hardly anymore, at least for a while. Some nice outdoor seating here. Love the door. And of course, out here, this is called, for those who don't know, this is Crescent Lake. This is like that circles around the area, and there's quite a few resorts that are around it. Yeah, like I said, Yacht and Beach Clubs, and Boardwalk Inn, Boardwalk DVC, and the Swan and Dolphin over in that direction. All within walking distance to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Over here's the pizza window. That's another, place you can get a quick meal. Take it up to your room if you want to. Boardwalk Bakery, of course, is open. It's open right now. That's a popular place. If you were doing get here to get it, it's the only place I know of on the grounds that does it. Maybe the bar does in the morning, I'm not sure. I think you can get your coffee there in the mugs, but I'm not sure about it. ESPN Club, I don't believe is open. Maybe they are. I don't know. I couldn't say. I didn't notice if they were open last night or not. Morning, John. Hey, Tina. As you can see, I'm like the only person freaking on the boardwalk right now. I know it's early, but even at this time, there's more people than this. It's pretty much me and employees, CMs, and there's a couple other people eating by the Boardwalk Bakery. The ever popular Boardwalk Bakery. It's a good place. Oh yeah, here you can see this is where Ample Hills used to be, the creamery, the ice cream place, and that is no more. They shut it down. They were also building a place at Disney Springs, and that's been shut down too. The plan has been kiboshed. I think they went belly up. I think that was the problem. It was a combination of COVID, I hear, and expanding too quickly. The great ice cream. I'm going to really miss this place. I think it was that busy last night. I've seen Disney Springs much busier than that. And I didn't think it was that. And the restaurant, we ate at Enzo's Hideaway last night. And that it's a really lovely place. It's a really cool place. It's really themed well. It's owned by the same people that run Maria and Enzo's, and thematically, it's really good. It's a really cool theme to it and stuff. And the food was good. It was solid food. It was really, really good. We had a nice time there. We had a really good waitress too, which always helps. See, I wish I could go back here and show you this area, but I'd probably get yelled at. They got the board. I don't know, for those who just tuned in, the Boardwalk Inn, the hotel side of the boardwalk, is not open. Just the DVC is open. So all these buildings that are white here, if it's a white part of the buildings, it is closed right now. There's no guests staying at the Boardwalk Inn. Now the Yacht Club across the way there opened like a week ago. They were hosting NBA teams for a while, and then as teams got eliminated, DVC is open. All the DVCs are open. I'm not sure if the Beach Club proper is open, but it might be. Somebody else here knows that better than I do. But Yacht Club is open, that I know. And over here, this is truly one of the nicest views on the grounds, I think, is the boardwalk. And the Yacht Club and the Beach Club too. Just lovely views. So I'm just decided I'm going to go this way this time. I've rarely gone this way. I don't know why. I'm always featuring the DVC side of things, and I wanted to feature the Boardwalk Inn today a little more, but especially these little suites they have there that are really nice, little loft suites that they have their own little yards and white picket fences, but I can't do that today because they got it all blocked off. Everything's blocked off. And tonight, with the most everybody's in that's coming this year. It's not as large a group as we usually have, but we're going to be eating at CityWorks over at Disney Springs on the West End tonight as a group. We're going to be eating at CityWorks. It's one of the newer restaurants at Disney Springs on the West End. It's a nice. There's a money shot, huh? Okay, as you're looking at this, you see the crest of the wave, the blue building. You see the red building next to it. We are at the very end of that, right next to the yellow building. We're on the area there. That's us in the yellow. Right by the games, right by Harry Hydrant. Well, I mean, you can look straight down and you see Harry Hydrant. And this, of course, is the Wind Point Pavilion. This is where a lot of weddings happen here. This is a very popular wedding spot. I guess, I don't know if they're even doing weddings here now. Probably not. I'm not sure. I doubt I'm going to see a wedding here. Usually every trip we see 1 or 2 weddings at least here. But nah, I don't think so this time. And there's not even, usually there's tables here and stuff, and there's this here. And get married right here. And then the crowd is all around them here. It's not usually big weddings. This isn't a big facility here. It's, 40, 50 people usually as a maximum. Across the way there you can see the beach club, the blue buildings, and the beach where they show movies. That's where they show the movies at the beach club, the Disney movies, and the yacht club beach club combination. You can see a show for both people there. There you can see the construction. You see the crane in the background of the new, I think, what do they call it? The cove? For the as you can see, if you look around, there's a lot of puddles here and there. It rained quite extensively last night. It's supposed to rain today, but right now it's a beautiful morning. I don't see a cloud, hardly a cloud in the sky right now. In the distance you can see a few, but it's pretty sunny right now. Lovely. And it's only 74 right now, but it's like 80 something. Of course, it's really humid. Welcome to Florida. It's always humid, but this is rather pleasant. This would be perfect weather if it stayed like this, which it of course won't. This path, of course, everybody knows, I'm sure, takes you to Epcot. It's really weird not having the boats running. It's just quiet here. I mean, usually in the morning it is quiet. This time, before the boats get out and stuff, it is really quiet like this all the time in the morning. Okay, there you can see the boat, the shipwreck it's called, and if you see that on the, you see the mast, and to the right you see a big tube, and it's a cool pool. Everybody knows that, but that slide is so much cooler than you'd ever expect it to be. Just let me tell you, it is fast. And it's dark. That tube totally encloses you, and you're just tooling around, and most of the time in the dark, and come flying out of it at the end. It's really, it's quite outside. It's a little thrill ride on its own accord. And up there, also up there, is a little kiddie pool right below it that a lot of people don't know about. It's really quite nice. A lot of people don't know it and don't use it, and those parents that do are happy they found it. It's quite lovely. It's quite a lovely pool, and the little kiddie pool there is really nice. Of course, now since they got the alligator warning signs. There's one right there. You can't read it from here. It's kind of small. And I'm not walking in there because the grass is soaking wet. But they have these alligator warnings and snakes too. They got alligators and snake warnings, all over the place. And then over at the beach club beach there, you can see that they have the fence up now. It's much nicer looking than the temporary ones they had up initially. But yeah, that's so people don't do something stupid, basically. Protect us from ourselves. Again, I like to take note of the thematic lights here, light standards, which are just really cool. This is the hill. And this is always a challenge to the people on these little Surrey bikes. They hit this hill, and it's got a decent incline, and it's a long incline. It's pretty long, and it's always a challenge. Of course, when they come in from the other direction, coming down, clue whatever, and it can be kind of dicey sometimes. I just this little cut-in area with the sign. You see the bushes are cut on each side of it and stuff. They added the Disney Skyliner sign a few months ago. So these light standards are cool. And then on the bridge, they're a little bit different. And then as you get to the bridge here, it starts changing ever so subtly. Although you notice it more now because it's not as loud around here. It changes to Epcot music. I don't know if you've ever heard the music along here. It's really lovely. The International Gateway music is really nice. It's kind of a combination of all the countries they mix. Kim, when are you leaving, Kim? You're going to be here tonight, right? But or are you here already? You might be here already. You left really early, didn't you? Anyhow, this is always lovely here. It might be glary here because I'm looking right into the sun, but there you can see the skyline. I don't know if you can see the Skyliner there or not because the sun is glaring right into me here. But the Skyliner's running, as you can see. There's the where the boats would let you off if they were running. They are not. Then we come to the other side of the bridge. Oh, sorry, I just had to look at something. And then on the other side of the bridge, of course, we're back to Crescent Lake. This is where all the boats enter to take you to Epcot and exit to take you back to your resort. Right under this bridge. There's a lovely pathway here. A lot of people don't take this path, and it's really a lovely path. Right along this water. It's really quite lovely. You can see the light standards change here. Thematically change along the bridge. The bridge is kind of the line of demarcation where everything starts switching to Epcot. From the resort you're staying at to Epcot. Epcot music, Epcot themes. Okay, this way it would take you to the beach club and then the yacht club. This would be the way you would go to get here back to those resorts. And going across the bridge here will take you back to Boardwalk. And I don't know which way is shorter, but getting to Swan and Dolphin, either one will take you there, either side, because this path goes all the way around Crescent Lake. A lot of the joggers, it's their jogging routine, they go around Crescent Lake. And up here, you see the gates, and they're closed right now because Epcot does not open until 11 o'clock. They're the longest open. I don't know how long they stay open now, but they're still, I think, the longest open park. Still. No fireworks, of course. No nighttime show. But a little bite at the French Pavilion yesterday at the duck canard with mashed sweet potatoes. It was really quite good. I would definitely eat that again. My wife had the escargot. She thought it was very good. Yeah, so dearest Eileen. Up ahead there you can see those white tents. If you see them in the background, those are where they take your temperature. That's the first thing you do, is you got to go take your temperature. Then they have one of those walk-through security things, you know, where you walk right through. You don't have to take your backpack off and open it, and they look into it and stuff. Unless they think there's something fishy, and then they send you over to somebody to look at your backpack. But most of the time you just walk right through. They ask you to take your umbrellas out. I'm not quite sure why that is. I should. You ask them questions sometimes at security, and they get a little testy. if you ask questions like that. Some do, some don't, and so I just don't ask anymore. But they ask you to take your umbrellas out if you have an umbrella in a backpack or something. They ask you to take those out and hold them in front of you. That's the only thing they ask you to take out. I had a big freaking metal thermos in there. They didn't care about that at all. But they wanted the umbrella out. So again, I don't know why that is. Yeah, Kim, I missed the boats too. Kim, are you here yet? Or are you on? Or I thought you were leaving real early today. All right, here we go. I'm going down the path now, and you'll see right here is the beach club. Obviously. Oh, you're en route. Okay, cool. If you go into Epcot, it's a really nice little path to take. What do you mean my next gate, Tina? I don't know what that means. Oh, you're laying over in Baltimore. Okay. I've done that before. We laid over in Baltimore once. I remember that. So this is all beach club. Over here is the beach club quiet pool. Right through that gate there. They're staying at beach club over the weekend. Over the SSS time. I know the Harmonies are staying there. And this is I don't take you this side very often, so I'm just going to walk. I'm not going to go in any of the resorts. Number one, I don't know if I can even get in Beach Club, and I'm not interested in going indoors today. Tina, we're going to Magic Kingdom today. I think Fizz and a few of the others, Fizz, Miz, and a few of the others are going to Epcot today. Yeah, they're going to Epcot today. We went to Epcot yesterday for a little while, but we left so we could set up our camera at the room. I like that blue, the color, the selection of the blue they took for this place. I always liked it. Yeah, that's what I thought, Kim, and I thought you guys over there. Tomorrow we're all going to be at Friday. Friday, I think everybody's going to be at Hollywood Studios. I'm pretty sure we're all at Hollywood Studios tomorrow. They pulled me over to look inside my backpack after I went through the machine, but it didn't take long. The place was so deserted that she and I were about the only people at security at the time when we went in. We always go in International Gateway, of course. On the main entrance, I'm sure it's much more hectic. But it's much more hectic over here now ever since they built the Skyliner. It's a lot more people going in International Gateway. So yeah, they looked into my backpack and looked at Eileen's purse. We set off a beep. They're not quite sure why, so. I'm going to tell you something. It don't look like the beach club is open to me. It doesn't look like it. I would say probably not. But somebody might know better than me. I'm not making that an official statement because I don't know for sure. Here, we'll give you a close-up view of the Beach Club beach. The Disney movies they show here for the Yacht and Beach Club people. Oh yeah, Ken? Yeah, it's nice. I've never stayed at the Swan and Dolphin. Well, we have DVC, so we stay at DVC places mostly. But a few years ago, when we were first coming, and before we had DVC, we thought about it because I used to have a nice rate for teachers, and my wife is a teacher. I'm an ex-teacher, but my wife was a teacher, and they had discounts for nurses, teachers, people like that. Yeah, I know the villas are open. the DVC section. I'm not sure if the regular non-DVC section of Beach Club is open or not. I'm not sure. It surely doesn't look like it. I just don't see anything going on over here at all. I've been over here a few minutes. I've not seen anybody come in and out the doors there or anything, except CMs. I see a few CMs, but I'm not sure if that's if the Beach Club hotel section is open. I know the villas are. Yeah, I'm positive. I know very much so that the villas are open. All the DVCs are open. "13 times. You like it, Ken?" Yeah, I mean, obviously you do. See, you keep going back. That's kind of a stupid question, but I'm good at stupid questions. I'm just going up here. Here's the area at the Beach Club. This place, this section of the park, this pool area is so big. Yeah, Boardwalk Inn is closed for sure, and it looks like to me the Beach Club is too. Regular. Like I said, DVCs in both places are open. But this is a water park, not a pool. It has a water park designation. That's how big it is. Oh, sorry about the can't have it and cancel. We were considering that I feel safer here than I do at the grocery store and back home, or any store, quite frankly. It's because there's just not that, so far there's just not enough people to worry about it, you know. And they have 6-foot perimeters marked very clearly, and so far as we can see, people are paying attention to it. They also have CMs along the queues, all along the queues, to make sure you adhere to that 6-foot rule, and that you have your masks on. Okay, here's the sandy beach, one of the sandy beach sections. That's what I like about this place too. It's got a sandy beach and everything. Yeah, this area is the best. We don't have a quarantine when we come back from that. Maybe we should, but we don't. So yeah, we don't have that kind of thing to worry. Yeah, you're totally enclosed in that thing, and it's much longer than you think, and so fast. It moves very, very, very quickly. That was years ago, but it hasn't changed. To be honest with you guys, Eileen and I, my wife and I, Eileen, are retired, so we're not going. You know, we're just stay at home anyhow. You know, so it's not a big deal. When you're retired, you can stay at home 2 weeks easy. That's one of the easy peasy things about being retired. I don't have to be anywhere in particular if I don't want to be there. Here's some more beach area here. Small little area that a lot of people don't know about this section so much. It's not quite as attractive. There's the lighthouse. Here you go. Here's a look at the other side of the pool of Stormalong Bay. You can see the very end of it right over there. It runs across both Yacht and Beach Club. I like these little bridges that go across here. This is the lazy river here. You've been to Typhoon Lagoon or something like that, where they have that lazy river where you just get in a tube and float around. That's what this is. You can actually do that here too. It's not quite as big as those, but it's pretty big. It's just get in one of the inner tubes that you can get here. They have all kinds of stuff, you know, you can float on and stuff, and you just float along there. My favorite thing. When I go to Typhoon Lagoon, the lazy river thing is my favorite thing. I just jump in a tube and loll about. It's really cool. Very peaceful, very fun. And you see all these are tables for the Hurricane Hannahs. think we ate there once. Nothing spectacular. Soon too, but I don't think it's going to end until we find a vaccine. Quite frankly, that's just an editorial opinion. But I don't really think it's going to end until we do, or we get smarter. You know, all of us do. Another little beach area here, more attached to the yacht club than the beach club. It's not nearly as big as the area in front of the beach club. Well, here's another little beach here too. Yes, they require you to wear a mask everywhere on the grounds. For the people, whoever asked that, is that Ken? Yeah, they do. Now, I haven't run into a CM today, but yesterday when we were walking around, there was a CM asking people there were people who had masks on but had them half down and stuff, and asked them to put them all the way up. So yes, in answer to that question, yes, you're required to wear face masks everywhere. Now, some people ignore that, of course. The only place you can really, take off your mask is you can do it on your balcony and in your room. You don't have to wear face masks there. But otherwise, anywhere in the resort and anywhere walking around like this, everywhere in the parks, you have to wear a mask, except when you're eating. And now they have a thing, you can't just walk around eating and drinking, because that's a lot of people got around it. They get some water, and they just walk around with their face masks down. Constantly down, so they can ostensibly drink water. And they said, if you're going to do that, you have to be stationary somewhere. You have to sit down at a table or off to the side and not move around. So yeah, you would think, and everything. And I think, I don't know if you see, there's not very many other people here, but everybody I've seen so far is wearing their masks. I'm just, and it's not that hard, folks, to be honest with you. I mean, I understand people who have like breathing problems and stuff might have a problem with it, but I'm having no trouble breathing. I use a CPAP at night and stuff, and and it's 90 some degrees hotter than Hades here, and I'm truly not having that much trouble. And underneath the mask, I'm not sweating like a pig or anything. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, I'll admit that, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. I always said my grandparents would laugh at all the nonsense about it, but they think this is suffering. Holy cow. But nonetheless, I have a problem. Most all the people we've seen today and yesterday are wearing their masks. And wearing them, correctly over the nose, under the chin, kind of thing. Even when they're walking around like this. So, and that's probably, a good thing. It gives you, I think it gives, you have to, take the safety things into regard. But here, you see this guy here. There's this guy coming. He's got his face mask on too. And most everybody I've walked, that's like one of the few people I've run into this morning. But no, they don't relax it. If a CM sees you without a mask, they're going to mention it to you. Runners can, by the way, runners don't have to. So if you want to jog, I guess you could do that. They don't make runners do it for some reason. I understand. I mean, a little bit that, but most of the joggers I've seen, I'll admit that the joggers, and there's quite a few always around here. I don't understand people who are walking, 8-9 miles a day are going to jog too, but hey, that's their thing. Go for it. And, thanks, Ken. And now, oh yeah, this is the yacht club. I forgot to mention. Yeah, that's it's a certain kind of gray. I think they call it. I can't remember what they call it, but it's a very light gray and stuff. And they have these colorful little red and white striped canopies over many of the balconies. Not all of them, but many of them. And Up ahead here you can see swan and dolphin. There's the bird, there's the fish. Again, the light standards are back to where they were before. And here's the other hill and bridge up ahead. This bridge connects you to the swan and dolphin and the boardwalk. We've almost gone full circuit here around Crescent Lake. And like I said, joggers do this trip all the time. And if you were riding a Surrey bike, this is pretty much the route the Surrey bikes take too. Pretty sure the swan and dolphin are open, if I recall. I believe. Over on this end, through the trees there, but over on this end is the yacht club's quiet pool. I don't know if you can see through the trees there, but it's right through those trees. It's on the very end of the yacht club. They have a nice little quiet pool. I always suggest the quiet pools for people. Go that way. Okay, this canal here takes you to the swan and dolphin. There you can see over there, you see that canopy area across the way is where the boats will do rooms. And we've had one or two people stream views from there. And it's really quite nice because they're really pretty high up. God, I'm sure. Excuse me. But this little cove here is where the boats come in for a little quiet pool cove. They come in here to get to the people from Swan and Dolphin. As you can see, resorts go to get their boats. Of course, they have separate bus stops, but they have there's that new building going up. You can see a really great view of that. I know you want to see a crane, right? The official bird of Disney World is the crane. I thought that was kind of funny. So like I said, this way, you go this way would connect you to the yacht club and then the beach club. You go down this, you continue down this pathway here, and that'll take you to the swan and the dolphin. Now for people who live, especially who live in the DVC rooms at Boardwalk, sometimes it's more expeditious and quicker for you to get off at the Swan and Dolphin Resort and just walk up the pathway and up this bridge here, and there's the boardwalk. And you're right at the boardwalk right away. Because after the boat drops you off here, it goes to Yacht and Beach Club. If you're coming from Hollywood Studios, especially, yeah, it's the and they move around quite a bit. So these people are coming from the Swan and Dolphin here, and this is the entrance to the boardwalk right here. This takes you back. That's where I'm going. I'm going back to the room because I have to get. We had our ups and downs at Epcot yesterday with the streaming. I think I'm having my ups and downs with this streaming. The hill is a killer. Yes, there's two hills actually, and but the one over that takes you to Epcot from the boardwalk, that one's the worst, for sure. This path here, where it begins right here, this is the walking path that will take you to Hollywood Studios. You follow along. It's really a lovely walk because you follow along the water here the whole way, practically, until you get to the parking lot. The Hollywood Studios parking lot. But here, this path will take you, and it's not that long a walk. It really isn't, but it's obviously shorter to go to Epcot. But we have no option but to walk there, unless we want to take an Uber or something. I don't think they have a bus going there. Maybe they do, but I don't think so, because the boats aren't running. That was always a lovely alternative, is taking the boats. And over here begins the entertainment district of the boardwalk. Up here is the Atlantic Dance. They have quite a few private events here too. A lot of wedding receptions are held here. But they have had like a dancing, pretty loud. They used to do old style music here, you know, big band music, but that was a long time ago. And over here is the ever popular Jelly Rolls. Jelly Rolls was one of the last places, because Jelly Rolls is not owned by Disney. At least it wasn't. I don't know. I still think it's not. And Jelly Rolls was one of the last places, restaurant, bars, whatever you want to say, that's finally banned smoking inside. They had smoking longer inside than any of the other places did. Finally, they got rid of it. They were one of the last places to do so, though. And here we begin the DVC rooms. There is Crest of the Wave. We've stayed there often. The nice thing with Crest of the Waves, it's the best view of the Epcot fireworks that usually are like over the ESPN club and those trees there. That's where you usually see them. But depending on your angle, but it's by far... the thing I don't like about Crest of the Wave is the balconies aren't protected very well. Over here, as you get to the red and yellow buildings, they're much more, you can see much more enclosed and private balconies, much more so than over at the Crest of the Wave. But Crest of the Wave is the best view if you cannot. You can see the Magic Kingdom way in the distance over the yacht club on nights. Well, in that direction. We've shown those too. But Boardwalk Grill and Brewing Works, okay. Nothing to write home about. Grub, pub grub food. It's okay. They make their own brews, the brewers too, brew beers that are interesting if you're a beer drinker, I guess. I'm not, so. But it's a great people watching place. They got a lot of well, they don't have the outdoor. They're not open, by the way. But out here, you see all this area here. It's usually enclosed with a fence, and there's outdoor seating here, and they've taken it all away because they're not open. Again, that's another, I believe, privately owned place. It's not a Disney place. The store is the ever-present caution signs because they hose down the boardwalk. Did that. And then you used to have CMs coming down and wiping. They obviously haven't done that yet. They wipe down the chairs so they dry them off quicker. But obviously that hasn't been done today because they are soaking wet. These benches along here. So you can see the same lights are here. Then they have these string of just plain old light bulbs strung across here, which is really cool at night. Okay, I should have shown you our room, and I up here. Those are the 3 bedrooms, the Grand Villas. I think, if I recall my Boardwalk Villa history, there's 7 of them. They're all Boardwalk views. There's a couple 2 stories, and then there's a few 1 stories. It's kind of a conglomeration. Our room is this yellow section in between the 2. Yeah, Jelly Rolls is closed indefinitely. Yeah. That's a popular place. It's a hard one in the weekends, especially hard to get into. They have lines outside the door of some place. It's got one of the cult followings, like the Adventurers Club, sort of. I think it's a kind of a cult. They have these piano, people do requests and stuff, and they have dueling pianos, I think they call it. It's kind of cool. The proverbial smoke-filled room, but that was a long time ago. They do not have smoking in there anymore, and there's no building in Disney World that allows smoking anymore. Yeah, it's sad. Other places too. Some Disney Springs places are done, so it's hard. It's been hard on smaller businesses, especially. And along here, this will take me back to my room. Here's one of the most expensive places of all, Wyland Galleries. Some cool stuff, though. Some really, really, really cool stuff in this store. But it appears that it does open. The room right there we passed, and the game room is not open. There's a small but active game room here, but last time I heard that is not open either. And last, look at the going up. Raptor Day. There's the infamous clown. Where that's the exit of the slide. You can see the slide's themed on a roller coaster. Cool slide. It is a cool slide, by the way. It doesn't go as fast as the Yacht and Beach Club one does, but it's still a pretty cool slide. Very popular. Like I said, then you have people who fear clowns. I'm not one of those people. No, but don't get me by a spider. I don't like spiders. We all have our phobias, I suppose. But clowns isn't one of them to me. But I get it. When people have their fears, you have your fears. Nothing you can do about that. Okay, people, that's about it at Magic Kingdom. We're planning on streaming from Magic Kingdom today. You're welcome, Gina. So thanks, guys.